Namaste. Good morning, everyone. I'm a little different aspect for you because it's raining. And I have a tin roof, and it's rainy season here in Guatemala. This is not the normal time of the day it rains. But I've gotten closer to the microphone, and I won't, you're on mute, and I know that, but if you all of a sudden start where you can't hear me, just do some big like that. And I will hopefully find you saying you can't hear me. Put on a headset and just come closer to the computer and speak into the microphone and not show. Okay, so we'll try it. Right now it's raining very, very gently. So finding your comfortable seat. Noticing if your legs feel relaxed. Just noticing if the legs feel relaxed. And if not, put a little pillow or a block or something underneath to just let your legs fold out of the pelvic basket. Just lifting up the hips a little bit. Letting your shoulders be soft. Shoulder blades smooth down the back. Arms relax. Just letting everything relax. Notice the triangle that is being made with the knees and the tailbone. And then bringing your hands into Anjali. Relaxing the back of the neck, letting it lengthen as you bow your head toward your hands. And taking just a moment to go within. Body, mind, senses, soul. The 4 pillars. Turning them in. With gratitude, we salute all the great yoga masters, past and present. Special prayer of thanksgiving for body. With joy, we recognize the excellent wisdom teachings of yoga, and with vigor, we dedicate ourselves to self-transforming. So taking a moment and finding an intention for your practice. What do you need today? And letting that thought drift away as you think of something or someone to which to dedicate your practice. An offering. Someone who needs a little extra energy, something you're working on that needs a little extra oomph. And letting those 2 thoughts drift down into your heart. We'll bring them back at the end of class. If you can, where you are, join me for one Om. Om representing the beginning, the end, the sound of creation. Exhaling the breath out, a nice inhale to and then gently letting your eyes flutter open as you inhale. And then interlacing the fingers of the hands, and just pressing the hands down toward the floor. Pressing as far as you can toward the floor. Really feel the palms begin to open. Back of the hands contracting. Push the hands toward the floor. Good. And then other way. Hold the hands tightly together. Okay, and then we're going to change our interlace wherever you had it, put it the other way. And then again, back of the hands toward the floor. Really push into the back of the hands. Good. And then other direction. And squeeze the hands together as you press the knuckles toward the floor. Good. And then some figure 8s with the wrists. Slowly bringing your arms up to elbow height. And then go back, down. And again, change the clasp of the wrist. And come back up. Elbow height. And go back down. Good. Open the fingers and shake them, like starburst. Shake out the fingers. Right. And then go ahead and take your right foot and just make some circles with the hip for a moment. Some hip circles. Other direction. The whole hip, the leg is moving as a unit. Right. And then bring it in so you can move the knee. So align. And then relax it. And then shake out the foot. Shake out the right foot. Shake, shake. All right. And then if you can, take your left fingers and weave them through your right toes. See if they go, and if they don't, get whichever ones do go. And then crank the ankle. Both directions. It's going to try and help you. Don't let it help. All right. And then release the fingers. Let them go. Shake it again. And then release that finger. Okay? And now your left leg. So initially, just some circles at the hip joint. Right where the acetabulum receives the head of the feet. Good. Other direction. Through the whole leg as a unit. And then bring the unit up, and now just the knee. Just using the knee. Almost to straighten and release it with control, not just flopping it down. Good. And then here, shake it out. And then interlacing the fingers of the right hand with your left toes. Get them in there as much as you can. And then crank the ankle. And don't let the ankle help. Keep it limp, cranking. Good. And then release the fingers and shake. Excellent. Okay. And then just resting both legs down. Okay. So being aware of the sit bone, side to side, just rocking back and forth a little onto either sit bone. Good. And then down into the floor, the pillow, or the blanket, or whatever you have. Become aware of your pubic bone, and then aware in the back of the tail. So we're going to rotate around the 4 parts. So leaning over to the left sit bone, toward the pubic bone, over to the right sit bone, toward the tail. So rotating pelvic basket over the floor, pelvic floor, rotate. But the next time you come back over to the left side, let's go to the right. Good. And then come up to neutral and just notice where you are. Let's put our feet on the floor, nice and firm. Knees about 1 fist width apart. Okay. Also, your big toe knuckles would be 1 fist width apart, same exact plane. Okay. Good. Go ahead and lift the toes for a moment. Flex them. Press into the heel. Press into the heel on the floor. Toes. Good. Finding the space for a moment. Hold the belly in, pelvic floor lifted. And hold on to your shins. Elbows are bent initially. And we're going to do a little cat pose here. So as you inhale, lift your chest, gaze up. And as you exhale, straighten your arms and come down. Okay, so finding our cat pose. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, arch and lower. Pull the belly in. Inhale, arch and lift. Belly stays in for both. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your feet flexed and active. And lower. One more. And good. Now, soles of the feet together. Soles of the feet together. Just opening up wide the soles of the feet together. Pressing in. Let's pull the toes apart initially. So you can pull them apart with your fingers. Pull them apart. And then we're going to do with our little fingers, little toe, ring finger, I guess fourth toe, middle finger, third toe, index finger, second toe, and thumb, big toe. Okay? Let's try to peel them apart in the same way. Your toes love to copy your hands, so peel apart. Thumbs and big toes. Index finger, second toe. Middle finger, third toe. Ring finger, fourth toe. And pinky, fifth toe. Good. And notice how you can feel that all the way. Keep flexing them open, flexing them all the way into your shins, which are where the muscles are. Those are the tendons. Okay? Good. Still keep them flexed for a moment. We're going to relax in a moment. Flex, flex, flex. And then release. Okay? And just soften for a moment. Feel the whole part of the shin softening. Good. And then let's tuck in our left heel into the groin. Left heel into the groin. Right leg back. Okay? So internal rotation on the right leg and external rotation on the left. You may be up on your sit bones. You may have just leaned over to the side. Wherever you are is perfect. Resting your left hand on the floor, rising up. Now get a diagonal line from your extended fingers on your right hand, all the way down through your right sit bone. And then bend your left elbow and head over. Left elbow bending, as much as it feels comfortable. Feeling the stretch from the ribs all the way to the pelvic basket. On the right side. Good. And up. And release. Good. We're just going to switch. So we're going to tuck in the right heel, get the left leg back. And again, you may be even on your sit bones. You may have just tossed yourself over to one side a lot. But just respect whatever happens right there. We're not going to work on that yet. Good. And then rising up with the left arm, find a long line of energy. Right hand on the floor. So find that long diagonal line first. Okay? And the bending of the right elbow as much as you can. Keep your left sit bone down, down. Good. Don't collapse toward the floor. Stay open, broad in the chest. Up. Release. And then both feet behind us in Vajrasana. So both feet into Thunderbolt. So sitting back on your heels for a moment. See if you can feel the heel making contact with the sit bone. Really just notice. And I'd like for you to notice it to the extent that you can see that you're up on the sit bone. And then you can roll the sit bone back. Take the sit bones forward, roll the pelvis back, take the sit bones forward, and then come up on top of the sit bones, and then over. So you're moving on either side of the heels, rolling your sit bones up to the top, and then over to the front of the heel. Do it slowly. And then up to the top, and down the back. So just notice what's happening in the pelvic basket. One more time. And then upright, balancing sit bone onto the heel. Good. And then coming into table. Good. So finding our table pose. Excellent. Good. So wherever you are, I think I'll go to the side so you can see me. Okay, so wherever you are is perfect with your table. But make sure your elbows are lined up over your wrist and your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And then knees underneath the hips. Feet are hip width apart. If you look back, you can only see the inside of your big toes, not much else. Good. That's not rain, that's fireworks. Okay, so as we do our cat pose, we're going to involve our legs and our feet. So we're going to curl the toes under and arch up as we exhale. We're going to inhale, come back to neutral, lay the feet down. And exhale, go in the other direction, curling the feet again, exhaling. And inhale, lay the feet out, back in neutral. Curl up toward the ceiling. Inhale, neutral. Curl toward the floor. And inhale, moving the feet with each move. Curl. Neutral. Other direction. Neutral. One. Press it to the tops of the feet a lot. Press a lot into the tops of the feet. Okay, completely pressing into the tops of the feet. The shins pressing toward the floor. Good. So from here we're going to thread the needle. Okay. So you can move your left hand a little bit if you need, just wherever it's really going to support your shoulder, because you're going to twist first, open, out, toward the right. Push into the floor with the hand. And then slowly thread the needle behind the hand, reaching down, pressing evenly into both feet, both legs. And then go ahead and let your left arm reach up toward the ceiling initially, palm facing the same direction as your face. And then put your palm on your sacrum. And then if you'd like, you can bend your right elbow and open up the left shoulder even a little bit. And now arm can go back up to the ceiling. Just feeling the lengthening from the right shoulder all the way up through the left shoulder, all the way through the fingertips. Evenly into the tops of the feet on the floor. Hips are even, knees are even. Good. And then release the hand to the sacrum. Release the right arm along the floor. Put the left hand somewhere in front of your face. Stack the elbow on top of the wrist. And then unwind. Open again to the side. And back. Okay? Same thing. Other direction. Your right can actually open. Ready? Okay. So let's open up first. Open all the way up with your left arm. Open. And then take the left arm and thread it underneath behind the right hand. Resting on the side of the cheek and everything. Everything is resting. But pressing evenly into the tops of the feet to the floor. You can also curl the toes under. But wherever you have the most traction, keep your ankles, knees, and hips deep. And then arm reaching up, pressing up, press into the left shoulder, reach up through the right hand. And then rest the hand on the sacrum. And then again, if you like, you can play with opening up that shoulder even more. Press evenly into the feet, legs. Then relax the arm to the sacrum, relax the left arm along the floor. Go ahead and put the right hand in front of the face. Stack the elbow on top of the wrist, press into the hand. Open twist again. Completely open. Shins are even. Good. And then come back into your table pose. And then again, take a cow pose. Arch, like a Brahma cow. Arch, 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 arch. Breathe. Lift the pelvic floor, belly is in. Breathing into the chest, back ribs expand. On your next inhale, come back into neutral. You can lay out the feet. Find your neutral. We're going to arch in the other direction. Okay? Curl the toes under, arch. Press into the hands, lengthen your neck. Breathe. And then find neutral. Good. Finding neutral. Excellent. And then let's let's take our hips back to the heels again. So just focusing on sitting on the sit bones. And if it's too bony, just pull in a thin pillow to give you a little bit of added support, but yet actually pressing down in Apana Vayu, downward flow of it. Good. And back up into table. Great. Okay. Now let's extend our left leg back. Left leg back. Press. Good. Right arm forward. Surya Churya, Sunbird. And then as you're ready, lift the left leg and foot. Flex the foot, toes are toward the floor, not any rotation. Toes are toward the floor. Little toes toward the floor. Look back and see. And then replace the hand. Keep the leg up for a moment. Replace the hand. And then slowly begin to bend the elbows until you touch the forearms to the floor. Not rotating the leg. Keeping the leg and the toes pointing toward the floor. On your forearms completely. And then coming back up and release it. Perfect. Okay, right leg back, curl the toes under. So notice how your hip is here, how you want it to stay, hip. And then lifting the left arm and right leg. Foot is flexed. Push through the heel. And then lowering the left hand. And we're going to go down to our forearms slowly. Down to the forearms, all the way down. Elbows are right behind your wrists, not out to the side. Keep extending through the heel of the right foot. And then come back into neutral. Press up. Release the leg. And this time take the hips back toward the heels, reaching forward. So you can stay looking forward, or you're welcome to take your hands back and relax. So regardless of where you are, we're all going to look forward again. So if we took your hands back, reach them forward, gazing forward. Good. And perfect. So go ahead and take your left leg forward. Left leg forward. Excellent. And coming up. And I know you're going to lose my head, but that's better, but at least you can hear me. Okay. So left leg forward. And just notice the stretch on the right leg. Notice it. Good. And then come back to neutral and bring the left leg back. Take the hips to the heels, looking forward. You're also welcome to go back and rest there, putting your arms back, resting on the forehead, or staying looking forward. And then all of us looking forward again. And come up. Good. And now right leg, over by your right hand. Find that space, stacking knee over ankle. Good. Breathing. Just feeling what's in the back leg. Hopefully something. Hopefully you can feel a little something back there as you come up. That psoas stretch. Good. And then hands and arms back down. And sitting back on your heels. Good. Okay. So now we're going to add a little bit of back bend. So coming all the way down onto the floor for a second. So finding yourself in Sphinx. Making your way down to the floor. Elbows right underneath your shoulders, wrists lined up with your elbows. So both your wrists and your elbows are in the same parallel line to the front of your mat or edge of your mat. Good. Okay, so just being in Sphinx for a moment. Point your toes, put the tops of the feet on the floor, make sure the little toe sides are down. Then we're going to wing out our elbows for a moment and find ourselves coming down a rib at a time. Forehead or chin to touch, whichever is most comfortable for you. Take the hands back close to the hips and relax them. Let the shoulders melt toward the floor. We're going to come up into half alligator. So keep pressing the tops of the feet and the little toe side especially toward the floor. We're going to peel off chin and forehead and chest, up and exhale. 3 more times. Inhale, come up, roll the shoulders back and down, exhale. Inhale, up, exhale, lower, and inhale, up, exhale, lower. Good. Now you can bring your arms up close and make a little pillow for your head. Gaze cheek to either side. Let your heels rock out for just a moment. So just resting your legs. Heels rock out to the side. Toes can touch. Big toes can touch. Take your gaze to the other side. Good. And then bring the hands again back down by the hips, chin or forehead onto the floor. Re-engage the legs. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, little toe side especially. And we're going to then work just the legs. So pull your belly into your spine. Lift the legs just a little. Exhale. Release. Let's do the movement on the exhale. So inhale into the chest, keep the belly lifted. Exhale, lift. Keep holding. Breathe. And on your next exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhale. Press into the floor. Exhale, move just the legs. Chin or forehead stays onto the floor. Arms and hands are on the floor. Breathing. Legs are lifted. Mostly reaching back, not so far up. And then release. Take your head to either side, heels to either side. Head to the other side. Rest on the other cheek. And then back into neutral. So now alligator, full alligator. Makarasana, Purna Makarasana. So re-engage the legs, tops of the feet on the floor, belly lifts, shoulders are moving back and down. And as we inhale, both sides, belly, legs are headed up even and lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe while you're there. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's inhale. Exhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Good. Rest the head to one side. Toes toward each other in the midline. Heels out to either side. Take the head to the other side. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Glue your elbows back by your ribs. Forehead or chin to touch. Curl the toes under and press back. Hips. Good. Just come forward into Brahmasana frog. Reach forward, press the arms firmly, and then walk the hands up. Sitting up again, balancing on your sit bones. Great. Okay. Come back into table. One more time. Okay. So this time, left leg back, all the way back. The right knee is right underneath. Lift the left leg a little. No rotation. So lift the left leg, but it's facing the floor. Your foot is facing the floor. Everything's facing the floor. Headlight of the hip is facing the floor. Nothing's out to the side. Press through. Good. And then bring in the left leg. Push the floor away with the arms and the hands. Come up to the tops of the fingers and put the leg forward. Good. Just try that. Stack the knee over the ankle. So normally you would push it forward a little bit more, and now stack the knee over the ankle. Good. Hands can be firmly on the floor. And then walk your right leg back. Press your knee. Good. Go ahead and drop down to your right knee. So we're going to add a twist. Pavrita. So coming all the way back with your arm, opening your heart and your chest. Up. Good. Press it to the floor. Press all of the right hand into the floor. Left foot in the floor. And now come up. Often easier. Up. Great. Cartwheel your left hand all the way over. Back to the side of the mat. Release the knee. Good. And then slowly come off it a little bit. Come back and bring the knee back. And then place the leg back where it was. Good. Sitting up on your heels. Okay. And then coming back into table. Right. And now taking our right leg back. Taking the right leg back as far as you want. Back, back, back. Good. Press back. Lift it. Make sure the toes are toward the floor. Toward the floor, toward the floor. Good. And then we're going to slowly begin to tuck and bring that knee in. Nice and slowly. Press the floor away till you're up on the tips of your fingers. Flex the right foot and then bring it through. And then stack the knee on top. So it may feel different than the other side. That's fine. We're not even on either side. So wherever you are is perfect. And then back leg, lift. And then left hand can be placed on the floor as the right arm. Lifts and twists. Really press into the back heel. Press into the floor with the hand. Lift. Do not let your right knee travel. Keep it over the ankle. And then continue to bring the arm over in a cartwheel. Both hands on either side of the mat. Drop to the knee. Or you can stay up, whichever one you want. You're going to take the foot back. Slowly. Hips to the heels, looking forward. Good. And then lay out your feet. Hips stay to the heels. Press forward. Get as long as you can. Ribs reaching forward, reach the ribs away from the pelvic basket sitting back heavy toward the heels, forehead or chin to touch. And then everybody gazing forward. Yep. And then if you are inverting, this is the perfect place for you to go to mountain. Okay? if you're inverting. If you're not inverting, that means if you were on the first 3 days of your menstrual cycle, if you have an active case of acid reflux or some gastro problems in your stomach or esophagus. Also, if you have glaucoma or eye pressure problems or uncontrolled blood pressure, you're going to stay with me. Okay? But anybody else, feel free, curl up, go into mountain. Often called downward facing dog. Okay? My teacher, Baba Haridas, calls it mountain. Called it mountain. If you're not inverting, come back with me. You're still down to the floor. Good. And we're just going to do a little bit of movement to strengthen the same areas we would be strengthening in mountain, but stable. So reach back, back, knee down, knee down. So press the floor away. No slumping here. Press the floor away. Rhomboids are eccentrically contracting. Broad, open shoulders. Palms are open. Hands are open. Big fingers. And then straighten one leg, then the other. Bend the knee. Bend the knee. Pull the belly in. Pelvic floor lifted. We're just pacing. And those of you who are in mountain, hopefully you're still enjoying it. Otherwise, coming out into plank and then head back into mountain. So just a few times plank to mountain. You're also welcome to rest in child's pose. The way to build strength, practice. No other secret. Good. Press through both. Drop to both. Sit back on your heels. If you'd like, take your arms back and you can rest your head on a pillow or a blanket or the floor. This is a very slight inversion. Some of us, if our butt's in the air. So be aware and be careful. Find your breath, take it into the back body. Feel the compression on the front body. And then bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, firmly press the floor away. Coming up. Finding yourself nice and tall. Okay. So we're sitting in Vajrasana, and I want us to sit in Virasana, which is with internal rotation. So if you have a block or a pillow or something that you can put underneath your sit, because we want to separate our feet and keep our knees together. Okay? So you can be down on the floor if you like. Your hips can be on the floor. What we used to call frog dogging. You're welcome to sit like a frog down on the floor. Or sitting on a block with this internal rotation. So our knees, our whole femur is internally. Those are just what's comfortable to your knees, not too much, whatever feels okay to you. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, just like we did at the beginning. Go ahead and bring the arms up overhead, all the way up overhead. Pull the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Bring the breath into the chest, not high in the chest, low in the chest. And then slowly back, take the uncomfortable interlace. Press the hands down to the floor. Bring the arms up. Reach up to either side. Good. Reach, reach, reach. And then release the arms. Good. And then bring your heels back behind your hips somewhere. Great. Coming back into table. One last little exploration with our cat pose. Just want you to think how it felt at the beginning of class and how it feels now, okay? So take an inhale where you are. Exhale and move. Exhale, press the floor away, press, press, press. Inhale, back to neutral, and then exhale, other direction, press the floor away. And you can add your feet or not, you decide. Noticing the flexibility, you're also welcome to smooth it out and move as if it were one smooth swinging motion, coordinating breath with movement. Vinyasa, choreograph. One more. And then finding yourself in neutral, completely neutral, so you're gazing at the floor. Let's take the knees apart, toes together. Press back and into extended child. Reach the arms as far as you can. Forehead or chin can touch. Hips can be on the heels or up in the air, wherever you need for your forehead or chin to touch. So forehead or chin touching, hips can be a little bit in the air, very soft inversion. And then coming back all the way up. Good. And then grabbing your block for Viparita Karani Mudra. So a very brief inversion for those of you who are inverted. For those of you who are not inverting, you can still invert your legs, which will also help the lymph drain back into the front of the body. So if you're not inverting, this is a perfect pose. Just bottom on the floor, feet on the wall. My feet are just pressing into the wall. Okay? Now, if I can invert, I'm going to take the block, put it underneath my hips, right underneath the sacrum so that it feels comfortable. So that when I draw my knees in and lift my legs, I'm comfortable. And then I rest, the legs are soft. They're not jammed up like a dead cricket. They're really soft and just balancing the bones. So finding either legs up the wall with your hips on the floor, or hips lifted a bit. You decide which is best for you. And finding your breath. Notice it in the belly or the chest. Make sure your shoulder blades are down toward your hips, underneath you. So slowly bring your right knee in toward your chest. Just the right knee in toward the chest, whether you have your legs on the wall or your hips on the floor or in the air. Knee in toward the chest. And then place that foot firmly on the floor. Good. And then other knee into the chest. Just noticing the difference in the pelvic basket on either side. One knee is flexed, one leg is flexed, the other leg begins to extend. and then the other leg to join. Come off the block, rest your hips on the floor, and extend into Shavasana. From Shavasana, we're going to start our pranayama this morning. So just letting go, finding yourself completely relaxed. Completely relaxed. Look for any tension, feet, legs, trunk, arms, neck and head. Relax. The breath is uncontrolled, letting the universe breathe you. Soften into the form that your body makes. Soften into the skin. Slowly and gently allowing your hands to find their way onto your belly. Not moving anything else, as little as you can move, just moving your hands onto your belly. And notice where the breath is. Is it in the chest, in the belly? Not judging, just noticing. Resting your hands. I want us to consciously use the diaphragm, pushing the organs out of the way to inhale. So as you inhale, belly moves up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, lungs recoil, belly moves toward. Inhaling, belly breath up. Inhale, exhale, recoils back to the. Inhaling into the abdominal region, using the diaphragm. Truly, the lungs are only where the lungs are, but the diaphragm is increasing the size of the thoracic cavity as it pushes out. Continue this abdominal breathing, belly breaths. And then on your next exhale, as the lungs recoil back, keep the belly in where it is. And inhale, into the chest. Let the ribs expand side to side, front to back. Don't bring it too high. Exhale all the way, moving out. Don't bring it up underneath the clavicle, just into the body of the chest, the ribs. Keep the belly out of it. Belly stays in the whole time. Chest breath. Ribs expand side to side, front to back. Exhale, the lungs recoil, belly stays in, belly never goes anywhere. Diaphragm is moving side to side, not down. Notice, keep the belly in, breathing just into the chest. Feel the ribs spread side to side. You can rest one hand on your ribs, one hand on your belly. Notice how the ribs open and spread. Belly stays in for the inhale and the exhale. Now we're going to combine these two actions into what we call a yogic breath. So exhaling the breath all the way out. Put one hand on your belly, one midstream. Inhale belly. And then draw that same inhale up into the chest. You can spread it through the ribs underneath your sternum. And then one slow, smooth, gentle exhale. Exhaling smooth, slow, gently. Bottom of the exhale, belly is all in. And then inhale, belly. Chest. Exhaling smooth, gently. Continuing this yogic breath. Starting with the belly, dropping the diaphragm into that space, and then expanding side to side, front to back in the chest region. Then a smooth exhale, slow exhale, long. Continue this yogic breath for a few more breaths. Making this your last yogic breath. Completing the round that you're on. Take your time. And then letting your breath fall back into its natural pattern. Just notice it, belly or chest, no judging. Beginning to twinkle the toes and swim the fingers. Wriggling your nose, wiggling your ears, opening the mouth wide. Scrunching the eyes, opening the eyes. Draw the knees into the chest. Hold on to your knees for a minute as if you were an embryo but on your back. Lengthen through the low back. Pull your upper body away. Good. And then place your toes and feet on the floor. So toes go down, whole foot, lift the hips, shift them over to one side, drop your knees to the opposite side, and curl up again. Slowly press the floor away, spiraling up and finding your comfortable seat, wherever your seat is. We're going to move into a very calm meditation. The bowl we once to begin and once at the end. Tethering ourselves with a mantra. If you have your personal mantra, please use that. If you don't, just using Om. beginning, the end, and everything in sound. Oh, on an inhale. Oh, on the inhale. Tethering, tall spine, quiet body. As the thoughts come in, silently repeating the mantra. Come back to the mantra. Releasing the mantra slowly. Bringing your hands into the heart, Anjali. Any merit we may have earned this morning in our practice of yoga, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient. Remembering your intention, remembering your offering, letting those thoughts, ponder them for a moment, letting them fill your mind. What did they mean? What do they mean? And then letting them slip back down into your heart and symbolically from your heart into the palms of your hands, and then lift up and just let them go off. Bringing your hands gently back. Hari Om. Namaste. Good morning again. We made it through the rain. I'll be right there. Fix it where you can unmute yourself and speak if you'd like to. So nice to have you here this morning, hanging out and practicing with me. So we ended up doing on the floor what I was gonna do up in the air. I had sort of thought this morning earlier, before I thought it might continue to rain, working on really relieving the mid part of the body of any tension with the twisting that we did, and press it out through the extremities so that the vayus go back into their proper space. So bringing out the mid body and pushing stuff back down into their own space, and working with the movement through the back leg. So the thing was detox and really sort of trying to move energy that's just been hanging around for so long, that we may have not been aware of. And how do we become aware of it? In our thoughts, when we feel limited. When we feel the least bit limited in our consciousness, in our expansiveness, in our possibilities, that's when we know that somewhere, somehow, some energy is blocked. Because we truly are unlimited. Our possibilities are unlimited. And yet our mind, our manas, our recording faculty, forgets that sometimes. And we stay in this sort of mid state of not realizing our full potential, that we are everything. We can be everything. We can experience everything internally, maybe through our body, maybe not, maybe in our dreams, who knows. But the limiting that we do is often ignorance, right? That's what avidya, that's what the sutras say. Because we forget, not because we're ignorant, but because we forget. We forget that our true nature is full, and our true nature is not this physical structure that we've taken, right? This is part of us. We definitely are this, but we're not limited to this. So I've been trying to remind myself of that when I sort of tunnel in and a fear will take over. Like right now, I'm sure everyone's feeling financial fear, right? So when that one takes over, I have to remind myself that I have the whole abundance of the universe at my beck and call. I might not have any money, but I have the whole of the universe right at my beck and call, and I can rest into that knowledge that everything will be what it will be, what it will be. And I think also, if we can go back to the yama and the niyama, which are the basic principles of yoga, which are, like how we want to walk in the world, ahimsa, non-harming, satya, telling the truth. These 10 principles that really guide our way to live a full life, a whole life respecting others. And not being greedy, not stealing, just the basics, yoga's 10 commandments, more or less, and respecting those throughout, like as you walk through the world, just remembering that these basic things of non-harming and truth-telling and non-stealing, that means stealing people's ideas, stealing people's words, stealing people's stuff, right? Not being greedy, not hoarding. Like if you have an extra pounds of beans, share them with someone else, So all of these principles that really guide us to be a good citizen in the world. And then the principles that guide us to be a good citizen within, the cleanliness and contentment, really studying ourselves. Who am I? Why am I? What am I? What is my role in the world? What am I here to do? How can I help? So just remembering back to some of our very basic principles of why we do yoga. Just reminding me, reminding myself, and maybe a little reminder for us all to go through the day to think about our unlimited possibilities. Unlimited possibilities. Any questions or any comments about anything for the day? Anybody have anything else you'd like to share? Saw a couple of people get closer to their computer, and I couldn't tell if they were actually going to share something or if they just were getting closer because they were leaving. Carla?
Hi, Ginger. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hope you had a happy birthday.
Thank you. I did have a very happy birthday. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was good.
Lovely class as always.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm honored that you stick in here with me, all of you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, yes, Ashok.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know that I recently discovered your YouTube channel, and it's such a wonderful resource. Thank you for uploading those recordings, because that makes it possible to do some of these sessions repeatedly and get more out of each of them.
Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, I think, yes, and thanks to my friend Ennio and Margarita, because he actually does that for me all the time. And when back when I told him that I wasn't going to ask for any money, he offered to do it for free. So now when someone does give me money, I give him usually half of it, because he does it every single time. He uploads and puts all of this stuff up online and just does it all, and just did it for free. He used to be my expensive IT guy. So I really appreciate that he just does that every time.
Well, thank you.
You're so welcome, Ashok. And for those of you who don't know the channel, you can just Google me, and I think it'll come up. But it's under Casa San Juan all together. www.casasanjuan.com.gt. You have to put the GT for Guatemala, or you'll go to, I think, Costa Rica or somewhere. But yeah, you're welcome to go check out the channel and pick up any old classes that you might have liked. Do them again. Yeah.
Kamalesh,
Yes.
this is Jamila.
Hi, Jamila. Hi.
I'm working at the gate.
Oh, wow. So you can be up there and do some yoga while you're working. That is so cool.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. That was wonderful. And thank you for the gentle reminder about our whole body and our thoughts. It was what I really needed. I'm glad I showed up. It was great.
Thank you, Jamila. Thank you for coming. It's so nice to
Yeah, I'll
have
be
you.
back.
Thank you. Great. Wonderful.
Hi,
Okay.
Ginger. This is Patricia.
Hi. Hi,
I don't
Patricia.
have my video on because I have my grandson and he comes in and out, and I don't want to interrupt your class. But I enjoy it. This is my second time. A friend of mine told me about you from here in California, and also he told me about your web YouTube, and I sent it to my sisters. They live in TJ. I live in San Diego, and they live in TJ, Tijuana.
Uh-huh.
And but they are asking me if you have in Spanish, and I told them that you have Spanish, but I don't know which day.
I don't have it this month because I had fewer people coming in Spanish, so I like usually 10 or 12. So I decided this month I would do, and if people wanted in Spanish again, I would do maybe add another class because it's I think having Tuesday, Thursday, I'll do those in English, but there's plenty on the YouTube channel in Spanish.
Yes, I told them, and that they are practicing those.
Good,
I just
good.
want you to know. Thank you.
But I will. I'm encouraged by a few people having now asked me if we could still do one in Spanish. So I'm going to see about adding one. The problem is in October I add another full weekend of teaching, and then I don't know if yeah, I'm not sure that there really is a day that I can do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamata. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. It's so nice to share the morning with you. I look forward to my Tuesdays and Thursdays so much to have you in here with me. So thanks to everybody. Remember your infinite wisdom. It's out there. You just have to go grab it. It's that cosmic wisdom that we all share. So just remember and take yours today. Okay.